Things are looking a bit uncertain over at CBS. The Tom Selleck-led show Blue Bloods is being renewed for its 14th season, but it could come at a steep price. As one of CBS's most popular dramas, fans are eager to know if their favorite police family will be returning for another season. However, as we'll discuss, there may be some challenges that come with a renewal. So let's dive in and explore the possibilities. According to Deadline, negotiations for Season 14's renewal have been trending in the right direction. But wait, there's a catch. There are rumors that CBS is pushing for significant budget cuts in exchange for a renewal. Oh no, not the dreaded cost-cutting measures. We all know what that could mean: cast reductions. And with Blue Blood's large ensemble, this could spell trouble for our beloved characters.
It's on the table.
Come on!
Jack, could you give me one more place then?
Yeah, sure.
Will they be able to make it through this difficult time? Or will we have to say goodbye to some of our favorites?
But couldn't it be a cool old car?
It could in your version, but this is my $5 million.
Wow, so selfish all of a sudden.
It's a nerve-wracking situation to say the least. When it comes to Blue Bloods, one of the things that sets it apart from other police dramas is its stellar cast. Of course, it all starts with the iconic Tom Selleck.
Appeasement's not an option if you care about the lives of the innocent.
Who plays the wise and respected patriarch of the Reagan family, Police Commissioner Frank Reagan. But he's just the tip of the iceberg. There's also Donnie Wahlberg as Danny Reagan, a no-nonsense detective who's not afraid to bend the rules in order to get results.
So if someone else gets hurt, okay? That has nothing to do with memories, Linda. It has to do with present-day facts, which I'm dealing with.
Bridget Moynihan plays Erin Reagan, Frank's daughter and a tough-as-nails assistant district attorney.
You wanted to know what I could sell to my boss, and that's what I'm telling you.
I assumed we'd be on the same side.
And we are.
Will Estes rounds out the Reagan family as Jamie Reagan, a Harvard Law School graduate who decided to become a cop. And let's not forget about the supporting cast, who are just as talented and essential to the show's success. Marissa Ramirez plays Detective Maria Baez, Danny's partner who's not afraid to stand up to him.
Well, if you're just playing IA with me, or if these are the questions you just really want to ask.
You think I want to do this?
Vanessa Ray plays Eddie Janko, Jamie's partner and eventual love interest.
You know, when I first started coming to these family dinners, and you guys would argue, I'd get really nervous.
And Sammy Gale plays Nikki Reagan Boyle, Aaron's daughter and the youngest member of the Reagan family.
Room. Thank you for that, Uncle Jamie.
Hey, it's no big deal.
Apparently it is to you guys.
With such an ensemble, it's not easy to imagine how expensive the costs add up to. But as with any negotiation, there may be some concessions that need to be made. It's possible that we could see a smaller recurring cast or fewer locations. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, let's take a moment to appreciate the consistency of this show. Just look at the numbers. A 0.4 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic with nearly 6 million viewers. That's some serious retention, especially in today's streaming era. While Blue Blood's consistent viewership numbers are definitely a plus, the bottom line is that television shows are a business, and production costs can be a major factor in decisions about renewals. With Blue Bloods being a long-running show, it's not surprising that there might be some pressure to reduce costs. As we mentioned, the large and talented cast of Blue Bloods definitely isn't cheap, and filming in New York City certainly doesn't help matters either. It's a tough balancing act for CBS to keep the show running and still make it financially viable for the network. But we're hopeful that a compromise can be reached that keeps the show on the air and still maintains the quality that fans have come to love over the years. But it's not just Blue Bloods that's on the bubble. SWAT and East New York are also facing uncertain futures. It's a tough time for TV shows, folks, and we're feeling the tension right along with you. On the bright side, CBS has already renewed 9 series for next season, including fan favorites like NCIS, Young Sheldon, and FBI. So there's still hope that our beloved shows will make the cut and come back stronger than ever. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Blue Bloods and the other shows still awaiting renewal. But in the meantime, let's all send positive vibes and hope for the best. The talks already involve some pretty steep cuts, which means that keeping the aging and expensive Tom Selleck-led show on the air could come at a cost. It's a tough situation to be in, and we can only imagine the stress and uncertainty that the cast and crew must be feeling right now. But we're not giving up hope just yet. We know that Blue Bloods has a dedicated fan base who will be rallying behind the show and doing everything they can to ensure that it gets renewed for another season. While things aren't looking great at the moment, we do have some good news to share about another CBS series that's sure to get you pumped. We're talking about SWAT, headlined by the talented Shamar Moore. This action-packed drama has been ticking up in viewership year to year, which is a rare feat in today's TV landscape. Like Blue Bloods, SWAT is a co-production between Sony Pictures TV and CBS Studios, and it's received early renewals in the past, always a good sign for fans. And the latest news for a potential 7th season for SWAT is promising. Sources are optimistic that a compromise on budget and other points will be reached, which means that we could be seeing even more of our favorite characters in action. Now, we know that negotiations for a Season 14 renewal of Blue Bloods have been trending in the right direction, but there are rumors that significant budget cuts may be needed for a renewal. While the situation may be uncertain for your favorite show, we're keeping our fingers crossed that negotiations will work out in everyone's favor. And in the meantime, we can all take comfort in the fact that SWAT is going strong and giving us plenty of heart-pumping thrills. Ratings, the lifeblood of any television show. They can make or break a series and are often the biggest factor in determining whether a show stays on the air. So how is Blue Bloods doing in this department? Well, the good news is that the show is still pulling in some solid numbers. In fact, it's doing so well that it's one of the few shows that's actually seen an increase in viewership year to year after its move to Fridays. Not too shabby. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, ratings are just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to a show's fate. There are plenty of other factors at play, including production costs, network politics, and even availability of key cast members. And speaking of production costs, that's one area where Blue Bloods has been feeling the pinch. With a large and talented ensemble cast, as well as high costs associated with filming in New York City, the show has become more and more expensive to produce over the years. This is likely one of the reasons why there have been talks of budget cuts and potential staff reductions. So where does all of this leave us? Well, it's hard to say for sure. But the fact that negotiations for a Season 14 renewal are reportedly trending in the right direction is certainly a good sign for fans of the show. And even if there are some changes in store, we can take comfort in the fact that Blue Bloods has proven time and time again that it's a survivor. After all, it's one of the few shows that has managed to keep more than 99% of its live viewing audience versus Season 12. That's pretty impressive if you ask us. That's all for today, folks. Be sure to keep an eye out for more updates on this beloved show and other fan favorites.